Welcome back to the Residue and Return Readathon for Nonfiction November. I'm still working my way through the mystery bag of lives, and in our last video, we successfully matched our first two books. We assigned The Coal Miner's Daughter to Trace, focusing on the roots of Loretta Lynn's life and music. And we assigned Goodbye Darkness to Echo, because William Manchester literally returns to the Pacific battlefields to face the resonance and the residue of World War II. That leaves us with 4 incredible books and 2 highly specific prompts, Ritual and Archive. These are all lives defined by structure, secrecy, and process. Let's dive into the next matchup and decide whose life is a ritual and whose life is an archive. Our focus now shifts to Ritual. The prompt: read a book that delves into practices, traditions, habits, or routines, whether personal, cultural, religious, or scientific. This prompt is about the how and the why we do what we do. To satisfy this, I need a book that is steeped in established methods. I'm looking for the structure of a life, whether that's the tradition of a sports team or the daily habits of a private relationship. And we have 2 very strong contenders here. A coach's life is nothing but ritual, practice routines, game plans, traditions. But the memoir about Freddie Mercury is also a look at routines, the routines of a private, intimate life and the daily process of being a global icon. One is public ritual and one is private ritual. Which one is the stronger fit? I'm going to go with The Coach's Life by Dean Smith for Ritual. Why this match works. Coaching, especially at the level of Dean Smith, is fundamentally defined by its rituals of excellence. This book is a deep dive into the how and why of success, the traditions of team building, the daily habits of practice, and the complex game day routines. It examines the established methods that go beyond mere strategy and become foundational philosophy. This is a cultural ritual in the context of American sport. The residue I'm looking for: what systems and routines can I borrow from a life dedicated to process? How do habits not only define a person, but also build a powerful legacy? Now for the final matchup, Archive. The prompt: read a book that is highly structured, densely researched, and or presents information as a collection, like a compilation or a deep exploration of a niche topic. This requires something dense, something curated, something that feels like the author has been digging through, historical papers and collections to pull together an untold story or expose a secret organization. The 2 strongest contenders here are Tower of Secrets and The Gatekeeper. Both are deeply researched and look behind a veil of power. To me, the perfect fit for Archive is The Gatekeeper by Kathryn Smith. Why this match works? The book's subtitle, Missy Lehand, FDR, and the Untold Story, tells us this is a book that had to be built from an archive. As the first full biography of Lehand, the author had to act as an archivist, curating and collecting disparate fragments like correspondence and family records that historians had previously overlooked. It's a highly structured book that feels like a curated exhibit of facts, meant to bring a forgotten figure into an historical light. She was the gatekeeper who controlled access to the president, making her an unparalleled repository of information. She's like a living archive that the book seeks to unlock. The residue I'm looking for: how does the discovery of a lost archive reshape a historical narrative? What is the unseen structure of power? So, okay, We've placed our 4 books, but we still have 2 books left and 0 prompts. What gives? When looking closely at the prompts, it's clear that Tower of Secrets is also a powerful candidate for archive. A defector story is a highly structured dump of secret information. And Mercury and Me is an excellent fit for ritual, as it's the personal habits and practices of a global star. This means I have to select a wild card, a non-prompt based bonus read, and commit to the 4 strongest matches for the readathon itself. I am going to make Mercury and Me my secondary ritual read, focusing on private habits versus professional ones, and keep the 4 unique matches as my core reading list. Tower of Secrets becomes my bonus residue read. Yeah, that's how we're going to do it. So now the mystery bag has been sorted. For Trace, we have The Coal Miner's Daughter. For Echo, we have Goodbye Darkness. For Ritual, we have A Coach's Life. And for Archive, we have The Gatekeeper. And now the reading begins. Which of these is calling to you the most? I'm particularly excited to dive into The Echo of William Manchester and The Hidden Archive of Missy Lehane. Let me know your thoughts on the final matches in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and join me next time for part 3, the routine and the rituals, where we will focus on the concepts of daily life and process. You know, the how and the why people do what they do. Until then, take care and happy reading.